If you guys count off.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I wasn't listening. Beef?
6, 7, 8, 9.
10. Thank you guys. Alright, there you go.
Awesome.
One sometimes finds what one is not looking for. This was said by Sir Alexander Fleming after his serendipitous discovery of penicillin. What would World War II have been like without Winston Churchill? We'll never know, thanks to the science of antibiotics. The dawn of antibiotics has saved millions of lives, and the choice we will make will decide its future. Antibiotics play a major role in our health and well-being, and livestock production, and everyday life. They have changed the course of history, and it's time we take a closer look at what these miracle drugs have to offer. According to Webster's dictionary, an antibiotic is a drug that kills bacteria and prevents infection. Though they were discovered in 1929, it was not until 1940 that we began wide-scale production and use. In 1932, Prontosil was the first sulfa drug available and paved the way for penicillin production in 1942. With World War II claiming many lives, these effective infection fighters were hailed as miracle drugs. But in 1942, there was only enough penicillin in America to treat 10 people. With advances in fermentation research, this number rose to 2.3 million doses by the spring of 1944, effectively securing penicillin's place in the invasion of Normandy. By 1945, penicillin was 20 times stronger than the antibiotics of 1939, giving it its place in common medical practice today. But how do we use antibiotics in our daily lives? According to the FDA, 80% of antibiotics today are used in animals and livestock. Antibiotics have been used in animal feed for nearly 50 years for antimicrobial benefits, growth-promoting agents, and improvement in performance of livestock. Today, over 60 diseases and infections and medical conditions are treated with, cured by, or controlled with the use of antibiotics, ranging from acne and meningitis to syphilis and sepsis. The use of antibiotics in open surgery today helps reduce the risk of infection and promote successful recovery. Seen here is a chart of the discovery of antibiotics through the years, ranging from 1940 all the way to 2000. Since 2003, no new antibiotics have been discovered. Innovations in the field of antibacterial products have given us common household names like Neosporin, antibacterial soaps, and microbacterial-resistant surfaces, including countertops, carpets, and even doorknobs, all specially treated to hinder the growth of microbacterial agents. These daily items reduce the spread of diseases and help promote a healthier standard of living that we enjoy today. But what are the consequences of such widespread use of antibacterial in our daily lives? Dr. Loyal Rance said, "Great quantities of antibiotics are used and prescribed each year. A direct result has been the appearance of large numbers of infections caused by organisms that are resistant to one or more of these drugs." This was said in 1954. Today, the misuse of antibiotics is further proving this statement to be true today. 133 million prescriptions of antibiotics are written each year in America, with nearly 50% of these unnecessarily used for coughs, colds, and common viral infections. Coupled with careless prescription and unfinished regimens of antibiotics, we see the emergence of drug-resistant organisms. MRSA, multi-drug-resistant Staphylococcus aureus, also known as staph infection, is a form of infection which is resistant to penicillin and many other common drugs. According to the CDC, In 2005, 18,650 individuals died from MRSA. That is higher than the death toll AIDS claimed in the year of 2005. In 1954, the overuse of antibiotics showed the development of drug-resistant organisms. Today, we live the first-hand results of that study. It is very important to use antibiotics as prescribed, to not share them with other people, and to finish them in their entirety to ensure the effectiveness for future generations. Today's healthcare is the best the world has ever seen. Many life-threatening diseases of the past are easily treated with little to no risk with antibiotics. Antibiotics have a rich history that have changed history and saved millions of people's lives. Antibiotics are a commonplace in our everyday life, and misuse is leading to strains causing large numbers of death and new strains of organisms to be faced in the future. Today I leave you with the words of an American editor, Cassie Stinnett. The trouble with being a hypochondriac today is antibiotics have cured all the good diseases. Thank you.
Amen.